I've been doing this video about some quotes by some of my favorite ministers, and this one came up, and I just wanted to share it with you. It shows John G. Lake's heart and a key into why he did what he did, why he put the effort that he did, and why he then lived such an extraordinary life. He said, "For the sake of a dying, suffering world, count the cost, pay the price, and set the captives free." For the sake of a dying, suffering world, count the cost, pay the price, and set the captives free. One of the big complaints that people in different denominations would say, "Oh, you think you're so special because you want to heal somebody. You think you're healing them? Didn't you know God heals them?" And they bring all this stuff on because the only way that they could understand something like miracle power or something supernatural would be something that would puff them up. They look at the people in the Bible that are awesome prophets and great people, and they would say, "Well, I honor them, but I don't deserve such honor." But it's for the sake of a dying, suffering world that we should set the captives free. If someone ever makes you think, or the enemy is telling you, "Oh, you're going to get puffed up if you seek these bigger things of God." If the enemy ever makes you think, "Oh, you don't want to put all that light on you, you're just going to make yourself seem big," and these are all lies and deceptions. Now, if that does happen, then the Lord will show you and he'll let you know for sure. But it's not for your sake and mine that we do this. If it was us, if it was you and I, or if it was an earthly thing from the flesh, everyone would do it. You would do it before you were saved. Everyone would be doing it, but it's not. It's not a normal thing. It's not a flesh thing. It's a God's heart thing. So any of these doubts, any of these weird ideas, it ain't coming from God. Because when God was here himself, fueled by the Holy Spirit, strengthened by the Spirit, he did. And when people asked and found out about it, he said that this is how servants are. This is how those in the kingdom serve. A lot of people are comfortable with all the other kinds of ways that they could serve. You don't have to count the cost very much if you're going to church and you want to hold the door open and greet somebody. You don't have to give up very much. You're not putting yourself on the line, but it's for the sake of this suffering world that God sent Christ. It's for the sake of the suffering world that Christ took the stripes. And it's that same suffering, dying world that is what you consider when, as John G. Lake said, you count the cost and pay the price and set the captives free. Do you know what it cost him? People who just criticized would rip on him in the newspaper. People today, 100 years after he was preaching, people today just ripping on him. This is to be expected if you count the cost. And if it was up to you and your suffering or your comfort, then yeah, it won't be for most. But when you get that spirit and that heart of God, then that heart shows up. Then the care and compassion for the dying, suffering world is part and parcel with your new life. The devil's got a good little trick going where he shows people a standard that Christians don't even hold because God doesn't hold it. Then when these people fail this standard, puts this person in a place where they would waste their entire lives trying to mess with Christians. Think about the waste. Think about all the YouTube channels just to criticize. Why? Well, because they don't see this, that the suffering, dying world has been reached out to by God. And he doesn't need the perfect person. If your heart is the same as God's, the reason why, the thing that fuels you, is not anything of yourself, but this heart of love, this eternal divine heart that God has, and that those who want to know God can have, so that they can, like John G. Lake said, for the sake of a dying, suffering world, count the cost, pay the price, and set the captives free. Do it.